Friday the 13th.
Hey everyone, Soundwave 884 here. Alright, for this video, I'm going to be known as Screamwave 884, as today is Jason Voorhees Day, and I'm going to celebrate by ranking the Friday the 13th movies from least favorite to favorite. So there's 12 movies. I'm going to, really not a bad one in the bunch. Now, you can't enjoy something about. So before I get into the meat and potatoes, or meat taters, of this video, I'm going to say right here that I'm going to, as Halloween season is approaching, I enjoy horror movies, Halloween, this time of year. So the kickoff of my favorite time of year. As you know, coming up in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start putting out a little more Halloween type content, talking about some horror movies, some of my favorite Halloween movies. Maybe do some rankings, discussions, reviews, stuff like that. So if this is something that sounds good to you and you're watching this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. You can watch and we can discuss our love of horror movies. Also, you can see behind me, I have a lot of toys. I do a lot of toy reviews, as is what this channel mostly is. And I mostly do Transformers, but I do other things as well, and other discussion type things. So if that tickles your fancy, you can also click the subscribe button for that as well. So let's get into this video. I'm going to rank the Friday the 13th movies from my least favorite to my favorite. I'm trying to set the mood here, so you say, it's dark, I can't see, it's green. Yeah, I'm trying to have it dark for the scary Friday the 13th atmosphere. But I did turn this light on back here, because I did have this one off when I first recorded this. This is take 2 on this video. This was just too dark. This doesn't give off much light, and I have a light way over there. So I'm going to get into this right here. Starting off at number 12 is my least favorite, and probably the one of the ones that I really, if it's on TV, I really don't want to watch it. And that is Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. The first film from New Line, Sean Cunningham comes back. And I just feel like this movie is just too different from the others. There's too much new stuff introduced in the 9th film that just changes the game for the character of Jason and his family. I don't really enjoy that aspect of it. Also, that we really don't get to see Jason. We just see Jason, body snatching throughout the film. And that draws me back. Also, the look of Jason, not one of my favorites. I'll probably make a future video this upcoming Halloween season based on my favorite looks of Jason Voorhees. I'm not going to say too much about the looks of Jason here, but it's this one of the movies. It's got good gore, good effects. Some of the kills are nice. And it's just the fact that we don't get Jason very much. And it's just a big change in story. I do applaud them for trying something new 9 films in, though. And at number 11 is the second film from New Line. We get Jason X, or Jason Goes to Space. The reason this one's so far down, also, this is another one I might not choose to watch if it's on TV. It does feel like I'm watching a made-for-TV sci-fi movie, original sci-fi special. The effects are not all that great. The look of Jason, again, not all that great. Uber Jason, okay. But it is very self-aware, goes with a lot of jokes. It feels like a really bad movie. It's just made for, it's an after school special on Jason Voorhees in space. When we get a lot of hate for this one, coming at number 10, Friday the 13th part 1. It's just slow. And I think after having so many movies now, looking back at it, it really gets held back because of the other movies. Because you see the other movies and what they do, what they can accomplish. You watch part 1 now, it's like, go on, get to it. And the end fight being improvised, not choreographed, it feels raw, maybe even real. It just doesn't feel, like it feels bad. I don't know. It's still an enjoyable movie. Starting this part of the list, I can sit down and watch any of these movies. So really, there's not a bad one in these bunches from this point on that I can't enjoy something of it. So part 1, I'm sorry. Coming at number 9, Friday the 13th part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, or Jason Takes the Boat, Jason's on the Love Boat, whatever. It's again kind of like Jason X. And it feels like a made-for-TV movie. That's probably because the director, writer, I think he originally did some of the Friday the 13th series on TV. So just again, the way the movie actually looks, it's directed, it just feels like I'm watching a TV movie again. Not as bad as Jason X, but I say maybe bad for the 1980s time. Look at Jason, cool. The kills very, very toned down. The end of the movie, that's why I can't sit down. I can sit down and enjoy pretty much everything about this movie except the very end. I'll get a lot of hate for this as well. Coming at number 8, Friday the 13th part 2. Yeah, A lot of people love Part 2. Some people, that's their favorite movie. And I'm shitting on all of them. Part 2 is, again, it's a good movie. It's probably one of the ones I enjoy the most or can like the most. I don't watch too often. Uh, I'm not a big fan of Sackhead Jason, and he's not as imposing in this movie. But Jenny is a good final girl, and the trick with the sweater and pretending to be Mama, again, used in the video game. I do applaud it for that. Again, this movie is also one of the better acted Friday the 13th films. Coming out number 7, it's them damn enchiladas. As my shirt says from Demon. It's Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. This movie is one of the ones that's so bad, it's good. The characters make this movie. If you try to watch it for the plot, it sucks. It's kind of hard to believe because it feels like there's a plot hole, and the whole thing is but he never knew his father, but then that's his father. It's out there. Look of fake Jason. We have Facing. I call him Facing. Is okay. You can tell he's different. He's got the different blue chevrons on the mask and the little designs. We do get some good characters in this. Like I said, the characters are what make the film. Junior's probably the one that I find the most annoying, though. He just screams a lot and cries. Is the middle arc of Tommy Jarvis. I think the character that played Tommy Jarvis, I can't remember his name at the moment, did an excellent job, though. Again, this movie has some good acting mixed in with some bad acting. It also feels like it's very improvised. It might have well been. I think there's a lot of drugs on set for this movie. It's an enjoyable film, though. I can sit there and watch it and laugh. It's probably got some of the best quotable moments in the entire franchise. It's a good movie to sit down, turn your brain off, and have a good time. Plus, it gives you a lot of kills, boobs, and sex. Coming at number 6 is Friday the 13th, Part 7, New Blood. A lot of people don't like this movie either. I enjoyed this movie. This and Part 8 came on TV a lot when I was in my early teen years. They're always being replayed on TV. Part 7 is better than Part 8. If Part 7 could have been seen the way the director intended, if you can find the scenes of the kills on YouTube and stuff and see how they were really meant to be seen, it would amplify your love or enjoyment of this movie, or might sway you from not liking it to liking it. Because if he could have done what he wanted to do, this movie would have been a lot better. Yes, maybe the overall story, the telekinetic teenager, Tina, maybe that's not the greatest thing. But she whoops Jason's ass. But we get a good look in Jason in this as well. Kane Hodder's first turn as Jason. We get that really mean bitch in the movie. We want to see get her comeuppance, and she gets it, and I enjoy the way she just gets tossed like a rag doll over that TV set. So again, this is a movie I can sit down and watch and enjoy. It's a good movie. So starting on top 5, coming at number 5, we have the Reboot from 2009, Friday the 13th. We get Derek Mears as Jason here. We get a very imposing Jason. We get, in this movie, a lot of people don't like the Reboot because they say it feels like the reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can see that. I think it has the same director or cinematographer. I can't remember. But it's the same production company. Michael Bay's production company produced it. It's got the same kind of feel. But I think this movie here takes the first 4 from Paramount and makes one movie out of it. We get the quick shot of the mama being killed, beheaded. We get the intro with Sackhead Jason, and he carries on into the movie. Then we get transitioning into Hockey Mask Jason. And then we get the brother looking for his sister, just like in Part 4, the final chapter. Overall, this movie is well acted. The effects, the gore, everything is really good. We get lots of boobs, sex, anything you're going to want in a slasher movie, you're going to get it in this movie. I find this Jason imposing and terrifying. I don't mind reboots, but they tweaked this one just enough for me to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Sometimes when I watch this movie, though, I just have to ask myself, is my nipple placement perfect? Coming at number 4, again, if I get a lot of hate for this one, is Freddy versus Jason. I love Jason. Not Jason. I love Jason. I love Freddy too. So seeing them mix was always a childhood thing, and I'm glad I got to see it on the big screen. Is the movie perfect? Hell no. Is it enjoyable? Yes, it's enjoyable. Freddy versus Jason, when they actually fight in the dreamland and in the real world, is enjoyable. People harp on the Jason being scared of water. My take on that is, it was the dream world. He's in Jason's subconscious. So maybe subconsciously, he still has a little fear. He knows it's in there. That's how he drowned. Was water. Jason, and he's always been kept down under Crystal Lake too, from part 6, part 7. That's how he went. Part 8, he was redrowned. So by this point, he might have a slight fear of this water anyway. So I don't have a big complaint with that, as a lot of people do. And we even see when he's in the real world later, he's not afraid of water. It's just something in his subconscious. You can be subconsciously afraid of something and still do it in real life. You have a slight fear of something, that can be amplified and exposed in a dreamland that Freddy can take and just make it a lot greater than what it really is. In real world, when you're awake, it might not bother you at all. Going down, number 3 is Friday the 13th, part 3. This is 3D Jason here. This actually, the theme to this is my ringtone. So if people call me, I have the part 3 theme ringing on my phone. This movie is probably one of the worst acted overall of Friday the 13th movies. Shelly's dead. Oh God. Oh God. So I mean, it's still enjoyable from beginning to end. Now, what's really going to take you out of the movie is the 3D effects, because there's no 3D effects now unless you have a 3D version of this movie. So it's just a lot of sticking something in the camera, and that can be like takes you out of the movie sometimes. You know what they're doing, so it hinders the film. But overall, I think the film is enjoyable and gives us a wonderful final girl in Chris Higgins. But it does bring up more questions than answers in the movie, because she was apparently attacked beforehand by Jason. Wait, she got away? But she don't remember? Yeah. Coming at number 2. And this one was my number 1 last year, but I flipped it back. When I was younger, though, this one was never up there. It's probably around my number 5 or something. It was never 1 or 2. But this is the Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. The start of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. Tim White as Jason. Awesome version of Jason. Probably one of the best versions of Jason, in my opinion, anyway. We get a lot of good acting in this movie. We get Crispin Glover. He's still looking for that corkscrew, but I think Teddy Bear might be hiding it on the couch while he's watching some old porn. We get Corey Feldman in this. It's a good movie. It's one of the best, I think, overall. Savini is back. We get good gore, good direction, good acting, good kills. The only thing maybe that draws this movie back is that it's killing me. Run. It's killing me. So coming at number 1, if you couldn't deduce it, is Jason Lives. Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th, part 6. Tom McLaughlin comes in, writes, directs, takes it like a little meta approach to this movie. He's on the joke. We get a James Bond intro using Frankenstein's monster way to revive zombie Jason. Makes jokes on itself. It's self-aware. It's got some good acting, some good kills. We get, I think, Tom Matthews as Tommy. It ends the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. Get a decent looking Jason, especially unmasked zombie Jason. Awesome. I know people hate on the gloves and utility belt. He just picked up what Tommy had with him when he went to dig him up to burn him and stuff. So, I think overall it's got a good Jason. Brings on the zombie aspect. Doesn't run. He just walks. Also one of the most tame in the way of nudity and sex. There's no nudity. We get one sex scene that's played up more for comedy than it is for actual sexy. No, it's not being sexy. It's trying to be funny. I think the kills are really good. This one actually feels like a big, production blockbuster in a way for the Friday the 13th series. Anyway, we get RV being flipped on the street, fire, Jason coming out of it. It's an awesome fun. Got one of my favorite kills in the movie. I'll get to a kills list later on when I do my Halloween stuff. This is one, if you want to introduce somebody to Jason and they're younger, this would be a good one to bring them into, because it doesn't have as much sex, so we can hide them from the sex, but we can show them all the murders and all the blood, right? You don't want to see the sex. That's bad. Killing, good. Right. I'm being sarcastic. YouTube, don't demonetize me. So that is my ranking from least favorite to favorite. Honestly, this list can change at any moment. At this moment right now, this is my personal opinion on these movies. You can let me know your rankings down in the comments below. You can yell at me down in the comments below and tell me how stupid I am for putting part 1, part 2 so low in my list, and part 7, Reboot, favorites Jason, so high in the list. And part 4 and part 6 are usually on tops of a lot of people's lists, as well as part 2 and 3. I see that a lot in those 4. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe more for more Halloween content coming soon, or if you like toy reviews or Transformers or anything like that. See you later. Till the next one. Peace out.